Good evening, I'm John Carter and welcome to Poland Daily Business. The Polish Central Statistical Office, Główny Urząd Statystyczny, has released the figures for the Polish GDP growth from the third quarter. It turns out that the slowdown in Germany hasn't affected Poland yet, with GDP increasing by 5.1% compared to the 4.7% which was forecasted by the experts. The Polish GDP grew by 5.2% in the first and second quarter, giving Poland a good chance of bettering the central bank's forecast from the summer of 4.6% increase in 2018. Its initial prognosis from the start of the year's forecast GDP to grow by 4.2%. The Central Statistical Office has also released figures for Polish imports and exports in the first three quarters of 2018. Polish exports to Germany between January and September increased by 8.1% year-on-year, while imports from Germany in the same time period increased by 5.8%. The share of exports to Germany out of Poland's total amount of exports has increased by 0.6% and now amounts to 28%. Polish exports increased in the first three quarters of the year to 8 leading trading partners: the US, Germany, the Netherlands, Russia, Hungary and the Czech Republic, France and Sweden. Meanwhile, imports increased from all 10 of the country's 10 main import partners. Interior Minister Joachim Brudziński has announced that the Polish police are about to purchase a third Black Hawk helicopter. The first two choppers are due to arrive in Warsaw this week. The Black Hawk's S-70I could be deployed for a broad variety of scenarios, such as recon, transportation and radio-electronic warfare. It comes equipped with guns, rockets and torpedoes. The police see the helicopters as devices to be used in anti-terrorist operations. Thank you very much for joining me here this evening at Poland Daily Business. Now it's over to Alexander Wierzierski.
Poland Daily Business Edition. Our guest tonight is President of Polish Space Agency, Dr. Grzegorz Brona. Sir, welcome to the show.
Good evening.
You are ruling the agency a few months right now, and the Polish Space Agency means cooperation with other nations, normally with European Space Agency, but also with other countries that are very much involved in a space race. One of them is Ukraine.
Yes, indeed. If you would like to take part in the international space race, you have to think internationally. So we have to find partners not only in Europe or the European Union states among them. We have to go outside. We are talking with Ukrainians. We know that they developed a lot of technologies, the technologies that are connected with rockets, with satellites and other systems, space systems. So we can learn from them how to actually create or co-create these technologies. And then what we can give them is the European market, right? So both sides are winning in this cooperation. We are learning, they are gaining a direct access to the European market.
Which technologies you mean by... which technology from your point of view are most interesting for us in Ukraine?
Well, in my opinion, there are two areas that are very much interesting to us. One of them is rockets. So as you may know, that Ukrainians do have their own rockets. They do not launch them from Ukraine, but they are producing not only components, but the whole rockets in Ukraine. And the second area is connected with the Earth observation satellites. So Ukrainians also possess a technology of how to create a satellite and how to operate a satellite. So we can learn from them in these two areas. This is actually connected with different, I would say, areas in Poland, like the civilian area or the military area also. Well, the other possible way of cooperation is a cooperation between universities, Polish universities and Ukrainian universities. There's actually one project that is starting now between Poznań University and Kyiv University. These two universities decided to create their own common one satellite, a small satellite that will be created by students. This will be, I hope, an Earth observation satellite, and it will be launched, well, let's say, in 2022.
Will this be another microsatellite? Or
This will be a microsatellite. Some of the satellite will be created in Poland by the Poznań University. Some of the satellite will be created in Kyiv at the Kyiv University.
So again, do you see those microsatellites created by students as an entry for the young people to the space organization, for the space industry?
Oh yes, I think that the best way to teach students how to do space business or space science is to give them an ambitious task. And one of these tasks could be to build or create a small satellite, then to launch it, and then to operate this satellite. It learns a lot of different things, how to manage the project from the beginning up to the end.
And it has to be done up to the highest professional standards, because you cannot fix anything on space.
Exactly. In space, there's no way to fix the broken satellite, at least at the moment. So the students are not attending dedicated courses. They are learning on a project how to proceed, right? So this is a hands-on experience. And an international cooperation in this area is a must. We are planning to have this cooperation not only with Ukrainians, we are also looking at different countries, and we are trying to convince our students to share a project of, for instance, building a satellite.
So, very interesting development in front of us, and we will definitely keep in touch with this, and we'll definitely talk to you later on, because it's interesting. Mr. Grzegorz Brona, president of Polish Space Agency, was our guest tonight, sir. Thank you for coming to the studio.
Thank you a lot.
And that was it for tonight's Poland Daily Business.